Okay, it is the year 2020 and a tennis player is officially the highest paid, most valuable athlete on planet Earth. And yes, it's none other than Roger Richerer Federer. It is reported that he makes, from June last year to June this year, he's made $106.3 million, more than any other athlete on planet Earth. How does this happen? How does it happen in a sport like tennis when there's 1 billion fans compared to a sport like soccer where there's 4 billion? We're going to get into all of it, but it's just crazy. And I think this is a big win for tennis in general. So welcome to The Slice. Let's talk about Federer's money.
So I don't have many bagels.
Welcome to The Slice.
Welcome to The Slice.
Welcome to The Slice.
So I guess we're seeing that Roger Federer is sponsors' number one most attractive thing on planet Earth. Speaking of sponsors, our sponsor, Courtside Sports, is hooking you guys up with the best tennis gear on the web. Go to their website below, use the code SLICE10 to get 10% off regular price tennis gear. Some of you already have taken advantage of that, and thank you for supporting the show. But this is about Federer. And if you want to go through a list of his sponsors, you're going to get tired of talking because it's like Uniqlo, National Suisse, Credit Suisse, Rolex, Lindt, Wilson, Mercedes-Benz, Barilla, Rimowa, Moet, and Chandon. And those are just the big brands. So Roger Federer is like, I don't know, a company's best marketing tool apparently. And there's a million reasons for that. We're going to get into the tennis, but just to look at the list of some of these players that he is at the top of, it's just absolutely wild. Federer tops the chart at 106.3 million. Slightly behind him is Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Neymar, three of the biggest soccer stars in the world. Then we got basketball players, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, love it. Then we got Tiger Woods, still out there crushing it, 62.3 million, but that's so much less than Federer. It's just crazy. Anyways, and then we got two NFL quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. But I've seen the American media, we're from Canada, Fed's from Europe, obviously. I've seen the American media just kind of gloss over Federer being there and then talking about all the American stars. But it is absolutely crazy with this list of unreal athletes, all-time greats, that Federer's at the very top. 106.3 million. Another crazy thing is how it's done. He made $6.3 million in winnings. So that's basically like his salary, compared to $60 million from Cristiano Ronaldo, $72 million from Lionel Messi, $70.5 million from Neymar. But somehow he still in total made more. Oh, that's because his endorsements are just a nice clean $100 million, like a mind-blowing amount of money. So how does he rack up this much money from his sponsors? Why do businesses think it's this good of an idea to give him money? Like Uniqlo deal, his biggest deal, $300 million over 10 years. He's basically almost retired. How is he this valuable to people? So I got three ideas, but really it's a mystery. And a lot of Federer is a mystery. A lot of Federer is just like, it's like magic fairy dust, especially watching him play. But first of all, Federer changed the game. So when he came when he started really dominating in 2004, from 2004 to 2008, that was the most dominant I think a tennis player has ever been by far. He not only changed the game as far as winning and became the biggest star, overtook the all-time Grand Slam records and was widely considered the GOAT. He did it with a style that we've never seen on tour before. The way he hit the ball, the way he plays, the aggressive nature of his game, the serving, the forehand, the headband, the swag, he seems like a robot, but he's also like normal off the court. All of that kind of gravitas plays into, I think, the way that he changed the game, and he created this like mystery, this magic. Like people are like, how does this player do it? Like you'd watch Federer and then you'd try and go out on the tennis court and do what he does, and you realize how impossible it is to play like him. So that's the first thing I think. He's just changed the game of tennis by far. And from 2000 to 2010, Sports Illustrated rated him as the most dominant athlete on planet Earth, ahead of Tiger Woods, who was also dominant at that time. So Federer completely changed the game and obviously created this ultra star that he is now. And he's created awe ever since then. Like I just said, the way he plays the game is different than everyone else. I think he creates way more mysterious, like how does he stay this close to the baseline? How does he play this aggressive and still win 20 Grand Slams? Other guys put in way safer and more effective strategies in the tennis, but he still seems to beat them with just pure skill and raw hitting ability. How does he do that? I think that's what brings people to watch him. That's what makes him sell out stadiums. That's what makes him, even at 38, go around with Zverev around Central America, sell out stadium, the biggest stadiums in Central America, go to South Africa, set an all-time tennis record with Nadal. People want to see it because they are like mind blown watching him. And so that mysterious magic pixie dust makes brands want to get in there because people are watching. He has people's attention. And also, he's basically spotless. Like, can you think of one controversy that Roger Federer has been involved in? He's had 20 years on the pro tour with not a single controversy. So he's the safest bet ever. I don't think any of these other athletes, maybe other than like LeBron and like Steph Curry, can say that. So he's international. That's one of the big things. Tennis is an international sport, so he's internationally famous. So that brand money goes a lot more farther because he has a bigger reach. He's been spotless for basically 20 years. And to me, he's like the ultimate role model in sport of a guy who works hard, has absolute perfection in his preparation for tennis, has devoted himself, is obsessed with being better and getting better, and has executed at the highest level we've ever seen. Will he go down as the GOAT? To me, this plays into it big time because no other tennis player is even remotely close to this list. So to me, it's absolutely crazy how much money Federer's done. And it's not just about money. We talk about the inequality in tennis. That's a different conversation. Federer is the biggest outlier in sports on planet Earth today. That's all we need to know. Out of his sport, him compared to the rest of the people in the sport, he is so much far ahead of the game as far as value as an athlete. With soccer, there's 3 guys in the top there, but it's also the biggest sport in the world. Soccer has about 4 billion fans. Tennis has 1 billion. But somehow Federer's worth more than any of the soccer players. It's crazy. Roger Federer's hoodwinked us again because he's made it to the top of this list, the first tennis player to ever do it. And I think it's a big win for tennis. That means there is enough money in the sport to be spread around, to come down to the lower ranked players. So Federer has been leading that cause, bringing more money into the game. Seems like it's just for him, but there's no way that it hasn't inflated everything else, like the prize money at the majors and so on and so forth. So what do you guys think is the most valuable part about Federer? And also, this is a nonpartisan thing. I know there's people in the Djokovic, Nadal, Federer camp, but this is a win for all of tennis. I'm telling you, it is. The money has increased, and I think Federer's been increasing the money for everyone in the sport more than anyone else. So this is big. This is big for tennis. A tennis player is the most valuable athlete on planet Earth, and I couldn't think of a more worthy person for it than Roger Federer. So congrats, Federer. We're cheering for you.